You need to train the body in a way that it shocks the system without increasing risk of injury. Now, let me talk about training and stress. Now, we think we're getting fitter, okay? When you exercise, you don't get fitter. Your body responds to stress better. Okay, just think about that for a moment. You're stressing the body in a way that it needs to adapt. That's the beautiful thing about the human body. The human body needs to adapt to stress. And we think of it, oh, geez, we're getting fitter, which you are, but it's just your body's way of adapting to stress better. But that doesn't just translate to changes in the body, okay? It changes the way that you adapt to stress in day-to-day life, okay? So you need to do big movements, okay? I'm not a big fan of machines. We need to work as many muscle groups, compound movements, big lifts, deadlifts, chest press, squats, all of these really big movements in a controlled environment, must I add, okay? That is so important so that when your body relates to the stress, that's how you get the changes and you develop properly.
And so how much weight should I lift?
I need to talk to you about reps in reserve here. This is an interesting one to get your head around. So the science backs lifting heavy weights, okay, because of that stress response. If you don't lift heavy weights, you won't get that stress response, but you need reps in reserve, okay? So what I talk about here is if you're going to do, say, 10 reps of an exercise, all right, and you're going to do 2 reps in reserve, you basically need to lift a weight that is going to get that 10, but you only do 8 of it, okay? So your failure might be 10, but you're going to do 8. But now, as you get older, so I'm talking 30s, 40s, 50s, the last rep range should be a lower rep set, okay? So I love the 4s, I love the 6s. But if you do 6 reps, it's of a weight you could just do 8 reps out of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by reps in reserve. And I know a few people are going to struggle to get their head around that, but that's what I mean by reps in reserve. So essentially, you'll lift heavier weights than you've ever lifted, as long as the form's right, okay? But you're going to leave those 2 reps in reserve. What that does is shock the body, but doesn't put the body in a state where it's going to hurt it. Because as we said, we get decreased estrogen, we get decreased progesterone, you're going to be more susceptible to soft tissue issues, okay? Especially through menopause. Estrogen is in every muscle in a female's body. From the day that you're born, it is the biggest part of anti-inflammation in your body. So when you don't get it, it's going to be very challenging for you. So you need to make sure you're not pushing your body to a level that you're going to increase risk of injury.